And there it is. The stupid cut got to -4. Old Moraflower gave me just a little bit of hope, and he said, you know what? Hey, here's your hopes. Fuck off. What a loser. What a loser that bum is. Who would ever choose to have Moraflower, a known bitch that I fade all the time, break all their week-long lineups? Who would ever do that? That's right, I did. What are you going to do? I tried not to have any emotions. I tried to just go at it objectively. I thought he was a good play. And if you take out the Thursday, I look like a genius. But you know what? That's not how it works now, is it, Bob? What's up, new guy? I'm the Degenerate75. I'm a PGA DFS content creator who's been playing PGA DFS for a very long time. And let me tell you a little something. I don't fucking suck at it. I'm here to help you get a little bit better at it. And I'm not going to do that how everybody else does by simply saying, here's my top 5 plays tomorrow. Okay, I'm not that guy, okay? I'm going to teach you a little bit about the process, how I play the game. Take as much or as little as you want, or don't. I don't give a shit. It's your world. I'm just living in it, big guy. But I will tell you, if you find you like the cut of my jib, come check out that schedule right there. I do the course preview every Monday. The live stream every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Lord's time zone. As always, be there. And of course, you're watching the Showdown Hoedown right now, which I do live every Friday and Saturday. It's only been live for about a month now, so I highly encourage you to set notifications because it's at a different time every night. I basically just do it at the end of the round, whenever that's going to be. So if you don't get notifications, you might miss it live, and I'm going to be giving away a couple tickets tonight like I always do, because what do we say, guy in the back? Okay, no, that's not what we say. We're not fucking poors, okay? We can afford to give away tickets, build tickets. Matter of fact, the sponsor of our giveaway tonight, Wombat, was the guy who won the $888 ticket last week for the U.S. Open, and we cashed, and I got to send him a nice chunk of money. And he's a thoughtful dude, and he sent some of it back and said, pass it on to the next motherfather. I said, you got it, Wombat, you motherfather. So, don't forget to hang around till the end. We will be doing some pick'ems. I'll be giving you some plays that I like tomorrow as far as pick'ems go. I don't do that for DFS, but I will guide you in the right direction on pick'ems. I will also be giving you some good round 3 scores for DraftKings if that interests you. Also, don't forget to sign up for my newsletter. It's coming out. It only gets a little bit better every week. We're just tweaking it. And if you sign up for my newsletter, which is in the description of this video, you get a full week on my website, completely free, no strings attached, all right? So sign up for it, and you'll try my website, and you'll be like, oh, shit, man, I like it over here. I think I'm going to come back. You probably will. Am I going to do the drawing now? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to make you wait. But if you want to be in that drawing, simply just go over here, ask a question in the chat with a question mark. That will, because if you don't have a question mark, let's face it, Bob, I'm not going to do it because this chat get real long over here, okay? And I'm not going to read every question because I got a hot date with the Rosetta Stone tonight, and I don't have time to be reading non-questions. All right, let's get going. The cut is definitely -4, new guy. All right, so if you're one of those -3 bros like me, if you had I feel like I had a million guys just sitting right there at -3. Who are all my slappies at -3? Of course I had... I'm looking at round score. Let's go to current score. My bad. All right. You go over here to your current score. You can sort, and you can see guys that I had there. Lee Hodges, who I'm pretty sure bogeyed the last hole. JT Poston bogeyed the last hole. Seamus Power in at 3. Hayden Buckley bogeyed the last hole. Morikawa just couldn't find one more birdie coming home, even though I think he missed a 4-footer on the par 5 or something like that. No, par 4 13th maybe. So whatever. The 6 of 6 rate this week is floating around 10%. If you're over here on Cut Sweats, which is what this site is, use my code DeGenerate75. You'll get half off your first month. Not only does it keep track of all your 6 of 6s and 5 of 6s, which you can see, depending on the contest, I'm above the average on some, below the average on some, probably overall about the same as the field this week. I probably had about 10% 6 of 6s. That's what Cut Sweats do. It's the pay sweat part that I think is really cool. All right, let's talk about the course, what we saw today, right? It was, look, the weather edge ended up being there, but not as much as we were thinking, right? You ended up getting, what is that? Just a hair over a half a stroke, which ain't nothing. Over the full 2 days, we ended up getting almost a full stroke difference. So if you listen to me on the Wednesday stream and you leaned PM/AM specifically, if you go look at my Rosetta Stone this week, you'll see specifically that I only do that for my scrubs, right? When it's up top, I don't give a shit what if I want to play Cantlay or I want to play Schauffele, I don't care what wave they're on. This shit don't seem to bother studs. But when you're trying to squeeze some slapdicks through the cut line, that $6,500 guy, you best believe you want them on the wave that had the full stroke advantage. That's what I was trying to tell you. That was my pro tip I put out on the newsletter this week. And it ended up coming there. I wasn't sure there would be a wave edge, but I said, if there is, make sure you're playing the PM/AM guys, because that will definitely be the wave edge if one exists. And then you're probably saying, but what happens if it doesn't exist? Well, let me just tell you, it doesn't matter because your picks fucking suck. And the guy that you would have switched to in the other wave is the exact same likeliness to make the cut as the other $6,500 guy you made. So quit having picks and play the game. That would be my advice to you, right? Okay, so the cut is definitely -4. We have seen 2 days in a row now. This course just just doesn't firm up in the afternoon like we think it's going to, right? And it's 2 days in a row that even though it was gustier in the afternoon, it really didn't seem to affect scoring. Those guys were roasting the course this afternoon. I was feeling pretty confident, at least 50-50, that the cut was going to be -3 because I thought those winds and the temperature getting up in the 80s was going to make this course a little crusty, and it just never came to be. Guys just kept making birdies, and it never slowed down. So with that in mind, I think that tells us a lot about what we need to know tomorrow, and we already know what tee times they're going off on tomorrow, and we have pretty good projections on what the weather's going to do tomorrow. So depending on how we play it, there could be an edge, but honestly, when they go out in threes off 1 and 10, which if you haven't already heard the news, that's what they're doing, it really diminishes the edge at Saturday Showdown. It really does, right? So we'll come back to that in a minute. We'll come full circle. Let's go look at contests for tomorrow. And, I'm going to be very honest with you, okay? DraftKings is very good to me. They let me have a week-long contest. They let me have a showdown contest. They take my input on the $10 18 max. They've really let me have some influence on trying to go this showdown community. And I saw last night all of the round 2 contests fill very quickly. I mean, literally almost every single contest was filled by like 9 or 10 o'clock Lord's time zone, okay? So I thought, oh, okay, well now it's round 3, which is obviously Saturday, a more popular day than round 2, and all of them filled easily for round 2. So of course they'll blow it up for round 3. And DraftKings said, yeah, we hear what you're saying, but how about no, is what they said, because these contests blow donkey dick, okay? That's the simplest way I can put it. These are terrible. Look at these contests, man. This is the same one they had today, the $150,000 pitch and putt with $50,000 to first. Polly, tell him. Okay, that means get the fuck out of here, new guy. So I can't play in it, right? I will play the drawing winners tonight. We'll play in this, but that's it. I'm not going to put my own money in it. Well, I mean, I guess it's Wombat's money this time, but I'm not putting my own personal funds in there. The 555, they did bump up to 100,000 today, which in my opinion actually makes it playable because it's only 20% up top. But let's face it, most of y'all aren't playing those kind of stakes, right? Of course, the best contest you can always be in is the $10 18 max, which they finally listened to me after about a year and a half of bitching to make this contest. And it is a great payout structure, and it is something you can get into for a reasonable price and max out. And I'm always a big believer, if you're going to play in a contest, you want to max them out, whether that's a single entry, a 3 max, a 4 max, or a 20 max, or in this case, an 18 max. I think you always want to be doing that so you're not giving up leverage to other players. They have the $5 tomorrow, but it's a third to first. I mean, it's just so bad. It's just so bad. It takes the starch out of my sails, right? I don't know what's a bigger kick in the nuts for tomorrow. Knowing the fact that the PGA is putting them off in threes because there's going to be a little rain, or the fact that DraftKings has basically taken every contest that I would pump up and said, no. I don't know which one sucks more. I will tell you, there's only 3 tickets left for the Fantasy Golf World Championship. So if you're wanting to get one of those, I imagine this bad boy is going to fill pretty quickly tomorrow. They're actually doing it a little bit differently tomorrow. The 2020 actually pays out 4 spots. You never see that. So I will almost assuredly be in that. So if you want to come take another ticket from me, well, I got great news. I only finished second in those for about the last 8 weeks. So you're golden, brother. Other than that, satellites, I typically only play in them when they're overlays, right? Don't forget, I'm trying to get better at this. I always get on to you guys for being olds and being creatures of habits and not wanting to try anything new. I'm guilty of this myself, right? I look into the mirror and I say, how dare you judge others for being exactly who you are? And what I will tell you is the weekend is honestly pretty comparable. Like, it's not a great structure this week, but don't forget about weekend. I think weekend could grow. All weekend is just round 3 and round 4 together, right? You play the 2 rounds together. So the guys you like at round 3, just go toss them in your weekend lineups too. And if they go hot both rounds, well, then you'll really nuke the weekend, and no one really makes content for it or thinks of the strategy of it. So I think that if weekend ever grows, you could really be ahead of the curve on that. Also, don't forget to go check out Underdog. I'm telling you, those little 6-man drafts today was a pretty big edge. If you just took the morning guys, most of the nuts guys came there. Not as much as we were hoping, but it was there. But of course, the one contest you should be in is mine. Am I the first guy to ever have a showdown contest? That's right. Notice, it does say round 4, but I'm going to start putting it out there now. It's only 500 spots, so I want to let all my sweaty tryhards who watch this show get first dibs at it. It should be in the description of this video. If you can't tell, I don't do any of that shit. The editor had to put it in there. So editor, I hope you put it in there. There's going to be a lot of angry messages at you. So make sure to hop in that. We did it last week. It was a big hit. Let's fill it a couple weeks. Maybe we'll get it up to 1,000 for the Open Championship, right? That's the goal. The big news for mañana is this, all right? Getting back to Showdown, because let's face it, you're here for the Showdown hoedown, so let's fucking talk Showdown, Bob. They're going out in threes tomorrow. The only thing I can think of is look at all these notifications. Damn, I need to go check my notification. A lot of slapdicks getting chirpy. That's how I know it's golf season. It's fucking slapdicks I've never heard of just chirping at me all the time. Who the fuck are these guys? Anyways, so the tee times are groups of 3 tomorrow, right? They're going off 1 and 10 off both tees tomorrow. So we can look and see if there's an edge of going off 1 and 10, but from what I've seen the first few days is there's not. It's really not, right? And it also kills our wave edge, because if you wanted to go play those guys that are going to be out there in the morning in the nuts conditions that might have been a little lower owned, you're not going to get that, because everybody's going to be out on the course within a 2-hour period tomorrow. So you can just kiss that goodbye. So I think tomorrow just becomes strictly a or they could kind of day, playing those guys that nobody wants to play because they could never do good. Or they could. And it becomes one of those, whatever you like. If you want guys that are hot putters, if you're a ball striking truther, if you're an approach truther, whatever it is, we're going to have to play that, because there's not going to be anything when it comes to the weather, because these guys are going to be out there in almost the exact same conditions. However, I do think it is worth noting that we need to look at the weather, because it is going to be raining up until, it looks like it's going to be pretty steady rain until about 11 o'clock, right? Then they'll probably let them go all warm up, and then they'll probably, squeegee the course a little bit, and they'll get up there, and they'll start teeing off around 10:45, which is when it looks like the storms are going to leave. Are we going to see some light winds in the afternoon? Yes, but if you've watched the last 2 afternoons, that shit don't make any difference. The gust readings on these things, they're bullshit. Okay, it didn't affect scoring in the slightest. Okay, so I'm not worried about it. I'm going to play it like it's going to be the nuts conditions. Matter of fact, I'm going to take it a step further, and I'm going to say it's going to be the nuts conditions, because that wind isn't going to affect anything, and after 2 or 3 hours of light rain, I think the course is going to be deliciously soft, right? This course is already living up to the Birdie Fest Wednesday night that I told you it would be, and I think you're going to just see these guys roast this course tomorrow. Let me just go ahead and tell you, if you're playing Showdown tomorrow and you don't have all 6 guys at least -4, you ain't going to win, Bob, because there's going to be no less than 20 guys who just go ravage this course tomorrow, okay? So you need guys who can go real low tomorrow, right? And if you can get 1 or 2 of those guys at low ownership and they go real low, like I have Marty Doe today, who almost got me a streak on 17 to win, to do real well, but he said, no, I'm not going to do that for you. I said, okay, Marty, I respect that. So I think that you want to know that. So I think it is worth noting. And I'm going to do this for you guys. I'm only going to show you the top 10. I'm going to show my website, everybody, okay? Who are guys over the last 24 rounds who play well when the greens are soft? Rory McIlroy, number 1. Only reason I played that loser fuck this week is because I went and looked at this Wednesday night, and I'm like, damn it, no one wants to play Rory, and he's good on soft greens? Damn it! I guess I'll play that loser piece of shit. And honestly, if he didn't double bogey, what was that number? Was it his 17th hole? Whatever the par 3 was that he put it in the water. The one he aced yesterday. If he doesn't do that, he's like literally right there hanging out with the leaders, right? Cantlay, Scheffler. Okay, those 3 shouldn't be that surprising, because if you want to know something, those are like 3 of the 4 best golfers in this field. Matter of fact, they might be the 3 best golfers left now that Jonathan Ramathan decided to be a little whiny bitch and not make the cut. Denny McCarthy, Seamus Power, Keegan Bradley, Tom Kim, Taylor Pendrith. Patrick Rogers, he missed the cut, so don't play that loser piece of shit. Matter of fact, Seamus Power missed the cut too, so don't play him. So to give you one more, Sung J M. Those are some guys that are really good in soft conditions, okay? So if you want to factor that in, I think that is worth noting, because tomorrow's going to be super soft conditions, and guys that can throw darts. Matter of fact, the only reason that I picked Morikawa this week, that loser piece of shit, who I never play Morikawa, and the only reason I played him is because, in my mind, when the greens are soft, I want Morikawa out there throwing darts, because in my opinion, when he's dialed in with his irons, he is definitively a top 3 player in the world from 125 to 175. And today I felt real smart, but the problem is that's not how cuts work. They also get that Thursday round, and he decided to be a real prick. Okay, let's go look at some stats. I think the first thing you want to know is, of course, the cut is -4. And I think for tomorrow, round 4 Showdown, literally every player is available. Literally every player should be on the table for you, okay? If you're not playing somebody because they just barely made the cut, then you don't get round 3 Showdown. Everybody should be on the table. Matter of fact, the guys who are lower, I actually like more, because this is Saturday Showdown. And this is called, this is called moving day in the PGA. Why do they call it that? Because guys start moving up and down the leaderboard real quick. You're going to see some of these guys down here at the bottom of this leaderboard just firing at every flag. And firing at every flag can be great, because you'll get a lot of 3 feet for birdie, right? But it can also be bad, because you might push it just a hair and short side yourself, and it's almost a guaranteed bogey. But we don't give a shit about that. We're not trying to get their position points. We simply want to get as many birdies as possible tomorrow. So these guys down here who are just going to be flag stalking tomorrow, give them to me. I want them all, right? And they're going to be out there, I want to say they're going to be out there in the softer conditions, but as I've already told you, they're all going to be out there in the same fucking conditions, so it doesn't really matter, does it? So I think you want to be open to playing everybody tomorrow, okay? Don't just say I can only play them guys up at the top. Them's the ones playing well, or I'm only going to play the guys down at the bottom because them leaders are going to fall apart. If you think that some of these leaders are going to fall apart, I will acknowledge the top of this leaderboard's not particularly sexy, right? Where's the first player where I'm like, okay, there's a real Victor Hovland, Rory McIlroy, Sungjae. So it's like all the big leaders seem to be at -8, but all the guys that are 9 or better. I mean, I guess Adam Scott and Minwoo Lee are legit golfers, but other than that, kind of slappy. Look at that. Are they all Australians? I didn't know Lucas Iber was. I don't know where I thought he was from. Is that New Zealand or Australia? Whatever. The Oceania, okay? All the Oceania guys tearing it up. Okay, only Americans and Australians can do well here. Okay. So that's the first thing I would consider. Next thing I would consider, who are the guys that had the nuclear rounds today? Alex Smalley shooting a -8. Swear to God, I didn't even see that. Oh, Alex Smalley. Okay. A very good round all around. But I'll just tell you this. Guys like Alex Smalley, Shez Reavie, Davis Riley, Marty Doe, Lucas Ebert, these guys, Doug Gim, these guys are not as likely to produce those kind of rounds 2 rounds in a row. Can they? Absolutely. They're just not near as likely. Keegan Bradley can do 2 nuclear rounds in a row. Just go look at round 1 and round 2. And he's a nut Saturday play. For whatever reason, Keegan on Saturday is a real thing. Might not be this week, but it could be. Rory, Xander, Tom Kim, Hideki Matsuyama, Justin Thomas, these guys, Jason Day even, they can go light it up 2 days in a row. Hell, Denny McCarthy got off to a terrible start and still finished nuclear hot by the back 9 today. So you got to know the guys that are likely to replicate really good rounds and the guys that are just like, I strategically should fade this guy because Alex Smalley is going to be, I would assume, 10 to 15% tomorrow, and the chances of him producing a round like that again, I would guess is somewhere between maybe 3 and 5%, right? So you can just basically block out the rake tomorrow just by simply fading Alex Smalley, okay? So there's that, okay? That's the first thing I'm going to consider. The next thing is I'm going to go look at my or they could guys. Who are the guys that made the cut that did really shitty today, right? Sahith Theegala did not play well today. Cam Davis did not play well today. Cam Young did not play well today. None of those guys could ever do good tomorrow. They did bad today. Or they could. Don't let today's round influence your decisions for tomorrow, right? Because guys who played poorly today in a single round of Showdown don't make a dick of difference when it comes to tomorrow. Be willing to go play guys coming off of bad rounds and be willing to play a guy whose stats say don't play me. Whatever you do, don't play this guy. Go play that guy every once in a while because I'm telling you, Showdown makes no sense because in a single round of golf, shit gets flipped real quick, okay? Now, when guys are broken, like, I keep saying that Homa and Thomas, I keep saying these guys are broken. Well, I don't play them at week long, but for a single round of Showdown, Justin Thomas showed you even his broken ass can get it together for 18 holes, okay? Matter of fact, I guess it was 16 holes because I'm pretty sure he finished bogey. So those are the first 2 things I'm considering when I'm looking at my lineups for tomorrow. From there, I'm going to always be a ball striking truther. It is a good thing to look at. If you see a guy who's ball striking really, really well but is not putting very well, like Callum Tarrant, are you kidding me? Callum Tarrant ball striking and not putting or around the green and can go nuclear hot? I will warn you, Callum Tarrant's probably going to be pretty popular tomorrow. Let's see. Who is another one? Brian Harmon, ball striking the hell out of it, can't putt, nuts play, right? When guys that I know that can typically putt aren't putting well and they're ball striking, I'm usually in on them. Lucas Ebert, all right, I don't know if I want to chase a hot round from Lucas Ebert, if I'm being honest, Bob. If I'm being honest. Hideki, he played really well, actually. And he got a little bit done putting, but nothing crazy. Dude, is Webb sends him back? I played Webb at week long, a little -4 bogey-free round today. And look at that. He's not getting it done with his short game, and that's usually the bread and butter. So, am I open to playing Webb? I think so. Chesko Molinari, okay, yes, he's not a great putter, but he ain't that bad of a putter. That's the first thing I'm going to look at. The next thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to go over here to off the tee, and I'm going to say, did anybody kill themselves off the tee but were otherwise good? Like Patrick Cantlay and Luke List are typically very good off the tee players, and they were horrific today off the tee. If they just go back to their baseline of what they typically are off the tee, both of these guys probably have nuts type rounds today, right? So I am not afraid to go play some Cantlay and List because a lot of their stats are buried by the fact that they had terrible off the tee rounds. Furthermore, old Cheesesteak Hoagie, which, by the way, when I think of soft conditions with a dude who can fucking throw darts from 135 all day, I think of Cheesesteak Hoagie. And Cheesesteak Hoagie is a ball striker. I would not assume he is going to lose a stroke and a half off the tee again. So those are guys that I'm going to be looking at. From there, I'm going to go see, did anybody really kill themselves around the green but were otherwise good, right? Sahith Theegala. Okay, Sahith Theegala just kind of sucked everywhere, let's be honest. Sahith sucked. Let's see. Grayson Sigg. All right. Grayson Sigg could have legit shot a -6 today if he wasn't just horrific around the greens, right? And Grayson Sigg's one of those guys. I don't think he's one of my nuclear hot guys, but he's at least like atomic hot, right? Who else do we got? Wow, look at that. Eric Cole shot a 5 under today, losing 1.3 on around the green. That's pretty impressive, Eric Cole. And Eric Cole, I think, is on my top 10 hottest guys. That guy, he's does me real well at Showdown GPPs. And we already said Callum Tarrant. Ben Martin. All right. Ben Martin's usually pretty good. Well, maybe I'm lying. Maybe he's just a good putter. Paul Haley. Look at that ball striking from. Oh, he missed the cut. Never mind. Don't play Paul Haley. He missed the cut. What a loser. Emiliano Grillo, bad around the greens, and actually was pretty good at everything else. I don't know if Grillo might be back. He might be ready to work off that old win hangover that he had. So let's get to the drawing. But before we do, if all of this is overwhelming, look at all these stats is too much to you, simply go check out my Rosetta Stone. I make this for round 3 and round 4 Showdown, right? I make it for all my members, and we're even adding true putting tonight. Thank you, Pat Mayo, for that fucking suggestion, you genius. The man claims tonight. He's super smart. Just trust me on this one, okay? And we are adding true putting along with all of our approach series, our historical round 3, everything you need to know to make informed decisions. How do you get access to the Rosetta Stone? Well, first of all, you could just go sign up for the newsletter and we'll give you a free week. Or if you want to just come pay, you can come to my website, DGen75.com, the fastest growing community in all of PGA DFS. If you don't believe me, just go look at that little fucking flag flying everywhere. Oh, that's right. I got shirts and I'm going to give them away to all those people that fly flags. Because you know why? Not a bore. We're not bores around here. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. And once again, tell a friend, because you know YouTube ain't going to share our shit. When you like and subscribe, it helps the editor and I out so much. We truly appreciate all you guys. And make sure to turn on your little notifications, because if you can't tell, Showdown Hoedown is at a different time every Friday and Saturday, depending on where they're at in America. Editor, let's get to the drawing. Draw me a name right now, and then I want to draw another one. This is courtesy of Wombat, who won the 888 drawing last week. Me and him did cash in that, so I got to send him a good amount of money. LA Quake, I don't recognize the name, but you make me want to have a earthquake in LA. I don't want that. I like LA. Good food there. It's about the only good thing I can say about it, but they do have good food. All right, we will do another drawing in just a minute. I like what Terry said. Make sure you're hitting the like button for me. Here are those. We'll do one more drawing in a little bit. Editor, at 6:31, I want you to do another drawing. Don't let me forget as I'm answering these questions. For all of you that are here, still around, and you want to know those round 4 score or round 3 scores, Sungjae M, Keegan Bradley. I told you, Keegan Bradley's a real thing on Saturdays. Russell Henley and Hideki Matsuyama are guys that are not crazy expensive tomorrow, that are historically really good round 3 scores. And if you're doing pick'ems tomorrow, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be tagging the shit out of birdies tomorrow. I am done believing that this win makes any difference around here. After they're out there, everybody's firing up flags tomorrow. If you give me a good player at 4.5 birdies, I'm smashing the shit out of the overs tomorrow all day long. All day long. They're going to be firing up flags. They might get 4 bogeys, but they're going to get 7 birdies. So any good player who has any approach going on, I am taking the over on 4.5 birds. Hell, I'd probably even take it at 5 birds if I'm being honest, okay? Because there are just so many holes that are gettable. They have so many good birdie looks. And on a soft course, I think they're going to be throwing darts. That is going to be my plan tomorrow, but maybe underdogs watching this and they're like, oh, must bump up to 6 birds. All right, I don't know. Okay, but what I do know is we're going to get to the questions right now. 203 people in here. Let's go. Only 92 likes, though? A little concerning. All right, let me get to the questions. And then at 6:31, editor, we're going to do another drawing. If Harris English Ropack is Chez Reavy, the large hat, yeah, he's what are those hats called? Those new big ones that everybody wears, the fat heads, is that what they're called? Or is that maybe fat heads are those sticky things you put on your, yeah, I like that, man. I'm down for it. Old big hat Chez. Chez could win this if he could only. Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard. Look, the one thing you can say about Chez is he never has to wear sunglasses because you know that hat is blocking the sun. We know this for a fact. Why are they going off in 3s? Nick, the only thing I can think is they're a little concerned that the course is going to be too wet in the morning and they don't want to give advantages. Oh, and another thing is I almost guarantee it'll be lift, clean, and place tomorrow. And these guys, when they get to lift, clean, and play from the fairway, it's like a birdie like 35% of the time from 120 in, okay? So lift, clean, and play will probably be in effect tomorrow if those storms do come to fruition tomorrow, which only makes me like the over on birdies even more manana. All right, so after 2 good rounds from McCarthy and Bradley, are we fading them in round 3? Typically, yes. Round 3, I don't mind chasing guys who had good rounds, especially marginal to above average players like McCarthy and Bradley. I don't mind chasing that from round 1 to round 2. But in round 3, when all the plebs get in there and everybody's going to play him because they see they're in the lead, that's when I start to fade it. Right? It just becomes a game theory thing. Because let's face it, only the tryhards are playing round 2 Showdown, Bob. All right, Tambo just sent everyone over here. Well, Tambo's my homie, and I would tell you, I did see his, I got the notification he was going live, and I was going to go watch him, but I was prepping this. Anytime you're not watching my Showdown Hoedown, you should be watching Tambo's. This isn't about who's better, his or mine. I can just tell you this. They're both awesome in their own way. You're going to get stuff from his that you'll never get from mine. You're going to get stuff from mine you'll never get from his, and I think that if you're getting your content from one guy, I think you're missing the point. I think that there's more than just one guy doing great content, and you should go get a little bit from everybody, but at the end of the day, form your own opinion and make your own decisions. That would be my advice to all of you. Damn it, more flour. Hopefully we can get to the edge this week. Makes sense to stack studs this evening since the course isn't baking. Yeah, I mean, I'm all about some studs tomorrow. Studs and duds tomorrow will probably be my favorite build because you know 2 or 3 of those studs, because let's face it, almost all the studs made the cut, right? They're going to be going ham tomorrow. Like, I am all about some neckbeard Cantlay, right? I am all about some, who else? Scheffler, right? Just spun his wheels today, right? I'm all about those guys. And if you want to put 2 or 3 of those guys in your lineup, you best find some 6K guys you like, you motherfather. Let's see. Let me get back over here to this. Moving on. AM or PM? Well, seeing they're going off, I would say AM. Seeing they're all basically going off at AM. Shez for the Ryder Cup? I don't think so, Bob. All right, Ben, let's pump the brakes here. What are we doing with PGA round 3 tee times? They're clearly being a new guy. Look, it's going to be raining. They're acting like fucking the apocalypse is coming. Jesus, guys, act like you've seen some rain before. Europe's just laughing at us right now. Like, what the hell are these guys doing? Which is more responsible for round 3 ownership, leaderboard or round 2 scoring? Wow, Jordan, what a great question, you motherfather. What a great question. Damn it. I wouldn't expect it. I wasn't expecting to get grilled here. I got to get a quick drink of water to think about that. I would have said the leaderboard just 6 months ago, a year ago, definitely. But now I think it is more connected to their previous round. So I'll go round 2 scoring. You get out of here with your great questions, JT. Cam Young with a clutch ending on a bird on 18 to make the cut. Yeah, no, I still think Cam Young's broke. I really do. I think Cam Young sucks, and I think there's something fundamentally wrong with him. I think we're going to find out in a couple months that he was nursing some type of injury because something just seems off with that little leprechaun motherfather. However, he is in at the cut, and I think you're going to get him at 5 or 6% ownership, and the guy's going to be firing at flags. And he is an elite wedge player, and if he just figures it out for a round, it would not shock me if he goes and shoots a -7, -8 tomorrow. I don't like it, but I get it, Austin. You know what I'm saying, brother? It's a calculated risk. That's what I would tell you. Is it the best to just pick who you think is going to play well than to go AM? Yes. Tomorrow, Michael, don't go AM because there is no difference. They're going out in 3s, so just play the guys you like. Whatever you're looking for. If you're looking for guys that are on approach, if you're looking for ball strikers, if you're looking for bounce back guys, whatever it is. If you're looking for historical round 3 scores, pick the guys you like tomorrow. Don't give a shit of second. Don't give 1 second of your time to thinking about what time they tee off. Okay, that would be my advice to you. I'm totally not rich yet. What have I done wrong? Well, if you're trying to get rich off playing DFS, I can tell you what you did wrong. You had fucking expectations that you would get rich off playing DFS. The very best players in the world, maybe less than 5 are getting rich off of PGA DFS, okay? Some can make a living, but no one's getting rich off of it. It's too damn hard and the edge is too damn slim. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Have fun with it. And if you win a couple bucks while doing it, well, then that's just the fucking nuts, isn't it, Bob? All right, what is the lowest round for round 3? I think we'll see a -9 tomorrow. I think we'll see a -9. I think we'll just see another guy go boat race this course tomorrow. I feel very confident, especially with so many good players going at flags all day. I think they're going to go low tomorrow. Okay, you can't hide the pins from these motherfathers. All right, the Precious Flower missed the cut. Yeah, he did. He did. It sucks because I had a lot of him, right? I mean, I made a point to not be overcommitted to anybody this week, but him and Denny were my top 2 plays as far as money that I was invested, right? So the Denny one, I look real smart, and the More Flower, I look real stupid, and that's what DFS does to you. Anybody that acts like they get DFS right all the time, you fucking turn and run because they're full of shit. Okay. What's up, Zach? Tambo the GOAT, Degen the Godfather. Ooh, I'm pretty sure Mayo's the Godfather. I'm like the new slapdick. I'd be like, I would be Michael, right? Because he's not passing it off to me. I guess, I don't know who I would be in that one. I would be the fat guy that eats the cannolis. That's who I would be in that analogy. What's up, motherfathers? What's up, Malachi? What is the cut of your jib? It is an old expression. I believe it was the English that would do it, where you would look at the ship's flags, right? And you could tell if they were friendly or they were enemies by the cut of their jib, which I guess is their flag. All right, go read a book. Let's see here. In your experience in Showdown, do you see a specific edge on lineup construction? No, I have not seen that, Mike, and I have looked at it, but I have not seen much correlation. Because at Showdown, it is so random, I don't think you can get large things off that. Now, at week long, I have seen a lot of stuff saying that, what is it? I think it's the 10K, 9K, 2 8s, and 2 7s seems to be the most common build that wins GPPs, right? So I have seen that for week long. I've never seen that for Showdown. From there, let's see. Does it make sense to lock JT in the optimizer tomorrow? I would not. How many times have I ever said this? You know, I'm a man of rules, right? I have these rules that I always follow. And one of the rules is you never play JT off a hot round. That guy, well, he's the biggest cock tease of all time. He'll go out there and have these rounds and look like a god. And then tomorrow, you'll be like, oh, yeah, JT does suck. I remember now. He does suck. All right, what are the best slow putters? What are the best slow putters we need to roster tomorrow? Well, Cantlay putt's very, very slow, so I guess him. Let's see. What's the 6 of 6 percentage? Around 10%, brother. Hey, Michael Shalhoub, my dude Shalhoub, not only doing 70,000 last week, I think he got second in the main contest today and fourth in the 555. Guys on a heater. I appreciate you, Michael. The editor will get a full meal, and the guy in the back will get one cookie. One cookie, guy in the back. Stop smiling. All right, we get a stone for tomorrow. Jay Steele, does a bear shit in the woods? Jesus, welcome to the site, bro. You ever play any weekend slates? I'm going to start trying it, Austin. I'm going to start trying it. Thomas tomorrow? Not for me. Go ahead, Brees. What is the Rosetta Stone, Nick? I will punch you in the throat. What happened to Cam Davis? One birdie. I mean, Cam Davis, look, Cam Davis is a guy that goes roo-roo hot or roo-roo cold. And I think we know today was one of his roo-roo cold days. That don't mean he can't get it back tomorrow, though. He could never do good tomorrow. Or he could. All right, what would the mid 7K guys eyeing around? What mid 7K guy you eyeing for round 3? I mean, I don't know. I don't get that's too picky for me. I'm sorry, Mike. I don't really do that shit. Does Webb already have it locked up? I would say Webb. I would probably give 3-1 that he's going to win this tournament. I will lay minus 300. Most owned, worst play. So the guy who's going to be super high owned tomorrow that's going to be a bad play. For me, probably Shez. I bet Shez is like 12% or something. I mean, whatever. Dude, Razor the Guru, Savoda. I played Savoda today, and I was feeling real smart until he fucking shanked one into the water. I'm not kidding, he was like minus 6 under, bogey-free round going, and then he just fucking shanked one in the water like I would do. So I was feeling real smart that I only played him in a few lineups, but I was like, this Savoda guy is ball striking. I got to check out this dude. And then he had his pants up around his belly like an old 1940s buff fat guy. I was like, I like this dude. Pat Rogers sucked. I mean, I played Patrick Rogers and Morikawa this week, and they both missed the cut. You know how bad that hurts when I play those loser pieces of shit and they miss the cut? And then Rory was tearing it up, and then even that loser put it in the water. Good round 3 scores. Already answered it, bro. Scotty going 59 tomorrow, isn't he? Kind of feels that way. He'll either spin his wheels again or he'll have the best round on the course. It just feels like it'll go one of those two directions. Let's see. Degenerate75. Why are you a cool MFer? I think the key to my success is I don't give a shit. I think that's really my key. If you don't want to be here, then fuck off. That gets you pretty far. Who's your pick to win? I kind of felt like Denny was going to win heading into this week, and now that he's still at minus 15, and he got off to that slow start today, and everything could have fell apart, and Denny said, no, I keep it together. And he did. So I'll just go Denny wins. A lot of rain tomorrow, a lot of rain in the morning, Nick. It doesn't look like it's going to carry on. How much Siwoo you play? Too much. That's the answer. Right around 20%, right? I have a rule that I play Siwoo at Pete Dye courses. I wish I wouldn't have followed that rule this week, but the point of rules is you play them no matter what, or they're not fucking rules, are they, Bob? Is there a T advantage tomorrow? Already answered. Does Cut Sweat show showdowns? Does Cut Sweat show? Yes, it does, Tony. You go over here and you'll see my showdown sims, and it will show you how they're doing. Once everybody's teed off, you'll be able to see it. Yes, sir. Spread the love tomorrow. More players in the pool than normal. I always play more guys at Showdown than I do at week long, Andrew. Sure enough, Bob. Sure enough. Is the scoring record in jeopardy? 100%. I told you before this week the winning score would be below 20, and now that's almost laughable. I think they get to 23 or 24. Watch the live round 2 Showdown Hoedown on the website. How do I get on the live chat? I think it's just right there on the YouTubes, brother. I think it's just right over there on the YouTube. You just go down to comments or the chat and you just tap something in there. I don't really know. Worry more about cumulative or product ownership in Showdown. Always product ownership, right? If you want to play 2 or 3 chalky guys tomorrow, like I just assume Scotty will be very popular tomorrow, it's fine to play Scotty. It's fine to play, I don't know, Xander, whoever is going to be popular with him. Just make sure to have 2 or 3 lower owned pieces in there, and your product ownership will be so low, your lineup will be so different, you won't even have to worry about it. Samuel Capana! Is there any Thank you for the super chat, first of all, you motherfather. Never had one from you. Really appreciate it, brother. The editor now will also get a cannoli. Is there any edge on cumulative ownership for Showdown at all? Keep up the great content, you motherfather, you. Is there any edge to cumulative ownership for Showdown? Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, you want to have lower ownership, but I don't think fading all the chalk at Showdown is always the best play. Some guys are just obvious that they're going to be really good plays tomorrow. So what I like to do is I'll use that example again. Let's say Scheffler and Schauffele are going to be very popular tomorrow, and I really want to play them. I will play them. You're not going to get me off of them because of a little chalk. What I'll do is I'll just set a rule in the fucking, which I forgot to set up, the solver. I didn't even sell. Sorry, solver, didn't sell you tonight. What I do is I go set a rule. When these two guys are together, I want at least two of, and then I'll have a list of a bunch of low-owned guys that I'm playing, so that I make sure that the solver puts in some of those lower-owned options, so my lineup isn't chalky as fuck. That's how I bake in my product ownership when I am building on the solver, and that's why I basically build literally all my lineups. Sometimes I'll hand build like my cash lineup, but outside of that, I build almost every single lineup on the solver using my projections. All right, how did JT? How much JT did you have today? None. I didn't play any afternoon guys today, and I don't regret it. The afternoon guys did better than I thought, but the morning guys were still the better play. They picked up over a half a shot, right? With the wins, just didn't make any difference. So be it. Can Scotty still win this? Absolutely. If he goes and shoots 7 under, he could still. What would that get him to? 21 or 22 under? That could still win it for sure. Split tees, boo. Yeah, split tees is lame as fuck. My lineup sucked this week. Hopefully you've done great this week. No, Joanne, it looks like it's going to be a pretty average week for me. You got to remember, I don't call it kicking the nuts as a joke. I call it kicking the nuts because week long is a kick in the nuts. It's hard. The edge isn't there. All you can do is just try to get as many 6-6s through as you can Friday, and then after that, it's just luck. And anybody tries to tell you any difference, full of shit. Okay, because you didn't know Wednesday when you were making your lineups what tee time your guy was going to have Saturday. You didn't know that he was going to go make the cut on the number and then boat race Saturday, right? You didn't know any of that. So all you can do is try to get your guys in the best conditions for the first 2 days, play a little ownership leverage, and then just hope shit falls your way the last 36 holes. That's all week long is. And the earlier people realize that, the more they will stop getting so upset when their week-long lineups do well, because essentially, after the first 36 holes, your fate is 100% left up to the golf gods, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Okay? So, you should always expect to have disappointing weeks at week-long. From there, is there really any edge played in all morning guys on both DK and underdog drafts that get smoked? Is there really an edge played all morning guys on DK and underdog got smoked? Well, Travis, I would say if you're one of those guys that draws a conclusion about how your lineups did based off one day, well, then you might be missing the point, right? The guys in the morning scored better. If you go look at most of the best rounds today, most of them came from the morning, okay? You're not going to win every time. When I tell you there's an edge, that doesn't mean you're magically going to win. That means that if things break your way, that you're going to have a bigger edge than you normally would. That's all that means. The edge could be, instead of losing 80% of your money today, you're only going to lose 70% of your money. When you play GPPs, you are always going to be getting your money in negative EV. Even when there's a huge edge, you're still getting your money in negative EV. So if you went into today expecting to win because you played all morning guys, just like I did, well, then you don't get it. You don't get it. You don't magically have an edge simply because you play the guys in the better conditions. It just gives you a better chance that if you hit it, you're going to have the best possible lineup, and then you can get that big hit. So I think you need to understand what having an edge means. It doesn't mean you're necessarily going to win. All right, Jonathan Ramathan screwed me. Okay, that's not a question. Who blows up first, Bradley or McCarthy? Ooh, Keegan definitely would blow up before Denny, I would say. Denny just can keep it together, right? I think the worst you're ever going to see Denny do is like an even round. Whereas Keegan always has a +3 in him. No real weather edge because of the split tees. Most commonly for, split tees. Does the edge come mostly through ownership projections? Yeah, that and point projections. I think that's where you want to be, right? Let's see. Moving through, looking for questions. Oh, wait, what time did I say? Did we ever do the second drawing? Damn, this thing's going on for a hot minute. Our second winner, where was he? I just saw it. Where'd it go, editor? Where'd it go? I just saw it, damn it. Totally skipped the second winner. Where'd that? Man, this is a long-ass chat. Oh, Illinois fan. There you go. Illini fan. All right, go. Holy shit, this is a chat. Holy shit, this is a chat. Holy cow, I got to start getting through this. I'm going to just start skipping. It's already 6:38. Didn't we start this at 6? Damn. All right, we still got 205 people in here. All right, editor, it's 6:42. I want another drawing. It's 6:40. We'll do another drawing because you want to know something, guys? I'm not a fucking poor, and I like building lineups with you guys. Let's see. How chalky will Denny be? I would guess not as much as you think. I'm telling you, 15% at most. That would be my guess. Who had the best approach today? Well, you get over here and you go click on approach, and you see that it was Justin Lauer who missed the cut. Of all the guys that made the cut, it would be Raki Ratsarama. That's Scooby-Doo saying his name, okay? Weather for tomorrow, I already went over it. All right, getting a lot of repeat questions. I'm going to have to start skipping around. Will Bradley be one of the highest owned? Yeah, I think Keegan Bradley will be over 20% tomorrow, Cody. That would be my guess. Who is your favorite guy to target for putting regression after the first 2 rounds? Well, let's go look at event. Let's go see who's killing it on putting. I would not count on Marty Doe. Oh, no. Keegan Bradley is not going to continue to pick up 4 strokes a round. Get the fuck out of here. All right, for tomorrow, are you still – yeah, when Keegan rolled in a 60-footer today, I was like, okay, it's going to be one of those days. For tomorrow, are you still recommending sub 1% product ownership? Yes. When you multiply all your guys together and multiply it times the contest you're putting it in, I think you definitely want to be below 1%. Was the wave split due to the weather, or was it all mainly just better golfers? I mean, that's a good question, Andy, because it seemed like it played about the same out there, and both days the better, quote-unquote, better wave just played about a half-stroke better each day. So maybe there's just more good players on that wave, and maybe that's all it ended up really being. I don't know. I don't have the answer, but that theory does make sense. Does CutSweats work for both DK and FanDuel? No, FanDuel does not release their CSVs publicly. Only DK does, so CutSweats can only do DK. Is Cam Young unbroke? Probably not. But for a round of Showdown, it's probably worth a flyer. When do you eat pieces of chalk at Showdown? What are some things you look for? Like good ball striking from elite players. Like when I see a guy, like you could tell me right now. I'm just trying to think of somebody that like. What did old Scotty do? Where's Scotty at? Scotty Scheffler, I assume, is going to be pretty chalky tomorrow. I don't give a shit. I'm going to play him, right? Actually, he wasn't that good at ball striking today. So maybe he won't be that chalky, but it wouldn't matter. Let's say he had great ball striking day. I'll still play him. I just think Scotty Scheffler is going to boat race tomorrow. That's just my opinion. Still, wait. Oh, Neckbeard Cantlay. Let's see. Neckbeard Cantlay, I imagine, is going to be very popular tomorrow. I just determined I want to play him, and I'm going to play him. And if I think he's going to be 20%, I'll get him in 40% of my lineups, right? Is the course weather wave Showdown strategy proof? No. I mean, nothing's strategy proof, right? There's no, we're just trying to get any little edge we can. For all of you guys that think there's like some massive edge, you just don't get it. What's a good size player pool for 20 lineups? I like to go between 18 to 20 for Showdown. If I were playing week long, I'd be more like 15 or 16. Would you play Bradley tomorrow? I'm not playing Bradley. Rosetta Stone, is that the best thing known to man? I mean, most of the people that are on my website seem to think so. Would you play weekend with no weather edge on Saturday? Yeah, I mean, weekend can be good. I just don't love the contest for week long is my problem, brother. You like Harry Hall tomorrow? I think Harry Hall had a solid round today because he was in my week long. Yeah, Harry Hall ball striking. I mean, if he's going to have some approach, Harry Hall can roll the rock with that stupid fucking hat. All right, to get in the drawing, is it more than press the like button? No, Chad, I think that's it. You asked your question too, so you're in there, you motherfucker. I think you just got to get in before the actual drawing is the key. Shane Lowry tomorrow. Let me go look at old Shane Lowry. I haven't even looked at that my big old chubby brother. Yeah, man, that's some really bad ball striking. But you know what? Or he could. So you got to keep that in mind, right? Let's see. Any thoughts on Zach Blair? I played Zach Blair today. I thought he made a lot of sense, and I'm pretty sure he had a pretty damn good round, didn't he? Yeah, Zach Blair playing pretty well, actually. Playing pretty well. All right, let's see. Looking for questions. Did Rom have diarrhea again today? No, he had something similar called "Don't Give a Shit," which I believe would be the opposite of diarrhea because that's giving a lot of shit. What are some of the good bounce back candidates for tomorrow? Well, you just simply go look at guys that made the cut that didn't do so hot, right? Scotty Scheffler, Cam Davis, Luke List, Sahith Theegala, Shane Lowry, Callum Tarrant, Cam Young, Adam Scott. I think all those guys would fall into that category, brother. I'm hurting so bad from week long. Is this why they call it kicking the nuts? Yes. This is why I have slowly started playing less and less week long and more Showdown. Let's see. Hannah says, who's the guy that boat races tomorrow? I'll go with Scotty Scheffler. Is there a guy that you think can go nuclear? Do you think there's an edge in playing someone with someone decent from that grouping? Yeah, I mean, I always like my nuclear hot guys, right? Like, a good example, if I ever see Higo or EVR or Callum Tarrant or Justin Lauer or Grayson Sigg, all my nuclear hot guys who come off an approach day, I'll just blindly play them. I'll just blindly play them because I've seen it too many times. Who's another one? Is there any other ones that made the cut that maybe I'd throw on there? I don't know. Minwoo Lee might start getting out of that list. Wow, Minwoo Lee just did it all with short game. What a lucky fuck. All right, let's see. Looking for questions. Did CutSweats on Twitter get drunk and pass out today? I don't know. I don't know. I just look at the website, so I'm not really following him on Twitter, but maybe. Jackie Paper, do you take care of your mental health, big guy? I don't know what that means, Jackie, but I feel like I do. I'm here with you, and it makes me happy, so I feel like that does something. Why didn't that guy stay in his pool? I don't know what that means. Likelihood the winner will be under 5'9". I will say 50%, right? No, I'll say 30% because that's what percentage of human beings they're in the normal height range of. Why did John Rahm F me? Because John Rahm didn't want to be here because he's a loser, whiny bitch. Cam Young, second to last to go off tomorrow. Wait. Oh, yeah, because how it'll work is the middle guys will be going off very first. The very last guys off on number 1 will be the leaders, and the very last guys off of number 10 will be the guys that are very far back. So the guys going off first tomorrow is going to be all these guys probably here in this T32, T41 range. Yep. Good point there, Nick. All right, what the hell are you playing Patrick Rogers for? I like a good punishment. Let's go. 206 people watching. Smash the like button. I don't disagree with my man there. Hey, I remember when I said Kevin Yu. Well, congratulations. I hope you played him, bro. James Maskerl, let's go. You want a ticket? All 3 of you guys reach out to me tonight. I'm doing 3 more questions. Chad says, when did you become not a poor? Being a poor has nothing to do with how much money you have. It has to do with your state of mind of not being a poor, and I've never had a poor state of mind, so I guess I never stopped being one because I never was one. Did Neckbeard Cantlay lose his Dollar Shave Club membership? Yeah, but it's okay because he got a DeWalt, and now he just shaves it off with a power saw. That's why it's so splotchy. That's a real fact. Check it. Look at Google it. I'm telling you. Will round 4 Showdown expand past 500 when it fills this week? Probably. I just didn't want to grow it too fast, right? I want to make sure I can get it filled because it's not easy to get people to realize I do that every week. You'd be amazed how many people are like, hell, man, I didn't even know you did it. How's I supposed to know? I don't know because I told you on 3 fucking shows, and they still don't listen. How much do you value strokes gained on putting, and is it player dependent? Yeah, putting, I just know my good putters, and if I see them not putting and hitting approach, I play them, right? Brendan Todd, the Troll, Denny McCarthy, Sam Burns, guys like that. My really good putters. Let's see. 4 studs and 2 punts play tomorrow. I mean, if you can make that work, I don't know. You're using the word stud loosely. You're not going to be able to get 4 9K guys probably in there. 9K plus, I should say. Europeans tomorrow with the weather. I think by the time they get out there, Travis, I think it's going to be nice weather. Hey, guys, do not forget, if you won the drawing, reach out to me either on Twitter or on the Discord. Don't forget to go check out my site, DJN75.com, the fastest growing community of all in PGA DFS. And, of course, remember to be here tomorrow. We will be doing this again live. I will tweet it out, and I will make an announcement on the YouTube by saying the stream's going live, so have your notifications on. I hope you've enjoyed this show. I hope you win some money tomorrow, but most of all, I hope that you enjoy this outro.